We're blowing the trumpet. We're giving the right sound through the trumpet, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And we're, you know, sounding the alarm and the trumpet the right way. We're given a certain sound, and that certain sound is not to party. That certain sound is not, to get comfortable, to dig in, to be settled on your leaves. Pretty much, it's for you to get your mind prepared for what's coming. That's why it says, "In wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation." Why? Because in these times we're worms, but we don't have the necessary tools, so to speak, as far as munitions and weapons and stuff like that to defend ourselves when these things come. So our defense is the strength of the Lord, which is His word. His word is compared to armor, helmets, shields, breastplates, sword. Shod with the what? Preparation of the gospel, and that's where that's where the rubber meets the pavement. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is His treasure. Did you have anything you want to say?
Yeah, let me just, I want to read this, because what you were saying, you were talking about we don't have time to be partying and being on your leaves, and because we're pushing out a particular sound. We're blowing a particular trumpet. We're playing a particular tune.
Yep.
The seriousness of the times that we're in. All right, great destruction. Remember Ezra, he said, woe is me, who shall deliver me in those times?
Right.
So let me just read this real quick. This is Ezra 16:40. I'm gonna start at 39. It says, even so shall the plagues even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side.
And we're seeing that happening right now. People are complaining, they're in sorrow, they're mourning, they're in a desperate mind state. What are we going to do? We can't even afford, to pay our bills. We can't afford to eat. We can't afford to this, that, and the other. So people are in that desperate mind state. They're like at the point of losing it. Remember, Gerald Salente said when people have nothing to lose, they lose it.
Yep.
And these people are at that point to lose it. Is that it?
Yeah, one more verse. It says, "Oh my people, hear my word."
Right. That's the main commandment.
Yep.
Oh my people, hear my word. Yahushua said, if you love me, keep my commandments. What's the commandment of Yahushua? If you love me, feed my sheep, feed my lambs.
Yeah. "Oh my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle."
Make you ready to the battle. And these false leaders have not given you the hedge that you need to be mentally ready for the coming calamities that are about to happen on the earth. The time of Jacob's trouble, this great time of misery that was never since another nation that ever been on the planet. This is going to be hellified. It's going to be on a whole nother level. You ain't never seen anything like it. You will never see anything like it again. This going to be such distress. And the thing about it was, it's going to be even greater because the people's minds in America have been put in a easy living, careless, comfortable mind state. And when that hell comes, it's going to be drastic.
Yeah, they have not prepared you nor given you the spiritual armor to be able to withstand in this battle.
Ooh.
Right? Because if you're going to a battle, you have individual. You need training first.
Yeah.
You need training on how to handle the shield, how to handle the sword.
Right.
How to build up your stamina. Boot camp, if you will. This is like the spiritual boot camp to get you prepared for that final test of faith.
Yep.
And faith, as the scriptures say, faith coming by hearing.
Right.
And what are you hearing? You're hearing an uncertain sound from these false teachers.
Yeah.
So your faith is not being built up. You're being told that everything's going to be okay. There will be no Jacob's trouble. They might throw in a microchip.
Nah.
Okay. And this party, right?
Yeah.
It says, but this is a true battle of faith that's getting ready to overcome the earth.
Yeah.
And only certain individuals are going to be able to withstand because they have been built up. They have been trained.
Yep.
All right. They have been given that spirit to prepare now, right? It says, "Oh, my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth."
Right, and a pilgrim is someone that moves from one place to another. They're not settled in one place. They know that, okay, this is just a temporary shelter. And that's what we have. This is just a temporary thing. You know, the things that we see are temporal. You know, they're not eternal.
Mm-hmm.
The things that are not seen, which is the kingdom of heaven, those are the eternal things that we're fighting for. You know?